Today I am doing a collab with our 3 Continents 1 palette with Angie and Nona. Just checking I had my microphone on, which I do, yeah. And we've done quite a few of these, and I've got a little playlist that I can link to down in the cards if you want to see what else we've been doing with the Colourpop series. Now, I ran out of 9-pan Colourpop palettes to do this with, and but Angie and Nona said I could just do it in any way, and last time we did a green palette and I just used a green palette. This time we're doing the Ooh Lala palette, and that's the pink one, so I've been trying to dupe the pink one. For a start off, I had trouble finding other people's videos that had good swatches and things of the Ooh Lala palette. For some reason, YouTube didn't want to show me those. They just wanted to show me all the latest videos, and that's not what I was looking for. And I've been thinking for a while, whenever I go to get a pink, I want to do a pink eye look, I had trouble thinking what palette is my most pink palette, and it turns out I don't have a really pink palette, and this was really hard to dupe. So I've had to mix a few colours to get the right shades. And I'm going to do an eye look, but also we decided to do a complete face of pink from one palette. So mine won't be from one palette, but it'll be the colours as close as I could get them to what was in the Ooh Lala. So I will show you a picture of the Ooh Lala and the swatches from what I have decided to use up here. And I use many palettes. I use the Prismatic, and I use the LA Girl Neons, and I use the Wednesday palette, which I thought I'd get a lot more colours out of because it's basically the Mean Girls palette, Wednesday palette from Sports Girl Beauty, but I ended up only using a couple out of here. And I used the Aurora Lights palette from BYS Cosmetics, and the Take Me Back to Brazil Rio edition, and the BH Cosmetics Zodiac Love Signs, and the Paulina palette from Blush Tribe, and the Strawberry Shake palette from Colourpop, and the BH Opalescent palette. So some of those colours are going to be mixed, and I didn't take them all out to make one palette because some of them would not fare well if I tried to take them out of the palette. So I didn't do that. I just wrote a list of what colours I mixed together so I wouldn't forget. So here are the swatches under the lights in the studio. Well, it's not really a studio, it's just a corner with my ring light and things on. They are in just natural light, and in the sunshine. I'm going to try and do the look. It's a lot harder when you don't have a palette in front of you, I have to admit. Okay, I'm going to start off with what would be the second colour in the palette, and I'm using the LA Girl one. I could look up what was it, soft core it would have been called. And I'm going to put that in my crease. So it's kind of a pale, warmer pink. I decided that's what colour it was. That's what it looks like on my screen here. You probably can't see that. I'll just put it up on the video. So the next colour I'm going to use would have been, if I can read it, I think it says Goody, but I could be wrong. I can't quite read what it says. And I'm going to use the Wednesday palette for this one, and I'm using Time Up, which is this one here. It's a matte pink, darker than the one I have just used. So after duping this palette and finding out how difficult it was and how many palettes I have to go to if I want a pink look, this may be a palette that I would consider buying sometime in the future, unless they bring out something else that's pink that appeals to me more. Just going back into the Illegal one. I'm doing some blending. Yeah, I really want to use Cheer, but that isn't in my dupe palette because that would be perfect for what I'm doing, because I'd like a matte hot pink there, but it doesn't have a matte hot pink, does it? Oh, it does. It does have a matte hot pink, but I didn't use Cheer for that. I used the Paulina palette for that one, and I used Paulina for the matte hot pink. So I'm going to use that on my outer corner. The Blush Tribe ones from the Paulina palette are so pigmented. They're really nice to use. And then, so that one would have been called, can I read that one? Sandbar. No, Sandbar. I really can't read the writing on here very well. It's called Sandbar in the actual palette. And then I am going to use what would have been Big Sugar. And for this one, I have to mix some colours for this one because I didn't quite have the right shade. So I'm using Magical from the Aurora palette. So I'm using this one here with the Rio edition of the Take Me Back to Brazil with this colour here. So I'm going to mix those two and stick them on my eyes. If I just used one of them, would I really be able to tell that much? Probably not. But I'm a bit fussy when it comes to colour. I wanted to get it as close as I could with what I had. That's pretty cool. So pretty. And then I want to go in with what would have been, can I read this one? Opalescent. What did I use for that? Oh, I just used one colour for that. Amazing. I used this one here. I didn't quite have this colour because this one was described as like a fuchsia, and it kind of had a peachy purple pink kind of shift, but I didn't have anything quite like it. This was as close as I could get, and I want to put this just here. I think it'll look pretty good over that pink. And then the very first colour in the palette was called Tickled. I have to mix two for that as well because I didn't quite have the right colour, and I used two from the Prismatic BYS palette, and I used Glory and Opal. I can't keep it open and point to it at the same time. There's Opal and there's Glory, and one of the shades just fell out. Oh, here it is. The glue's obviously not that great there. And they were saying this one was more like a topper, and I'm doing it on the inside, so I think it'll be fine. Whether I can pick this up with a brush will be a good question, because these are not really brush shadows, they're more like creams. I don't know how well it's going to go. No. I got enough on my brush that it's working. So I just mix those two together to try and get that sparkly topper shade. That actually worked quite well. It may not be as white. I could put a bit of the white in. What was that one called? Humble. Humble was the white one. I could put a little bit of that if I thought it was not pale enough. The shadow is coming off my eye because there's too many layers. Okay, so I'll stop doing that because I don't mind it the way it is at the moment. Underneath, I'm going to use my Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in Light and Pink. And I think I want to go over with a matte, so I think I'll go in with the Paulina and get Paulina. I might do the outer corner in what would have been Getty? It's a C. Kitty, I think. As I said, I'm looking at it from a screenshot I did, and it's really hard to actually see. And for that one, I chose Aubergine from the Paulina palette. So I'm just going to darken up the outer corner a little bit with it. A bit more than I wanted on this side. I haven't done my face yet, so that's fine. I've got a little bit of fallout, but no, nothing major. I think I want to go back into what would have been Opalescent. It hasn't got an M in it. Gonna go back into that bright colour there that I used on that Aurora colour. Kind of lost. I've lost the Big Sugar colour now, so I want to go back into that. What did I use for that? It's the problem when you use lots of different colours. From different palettes, you forget which ones were which, but it's alright because I wrote them down. So I'm mixing Magical and a colour from the BYS Cosmetics Rio one. Do a bit more of that there. Because I lost that bright pink. I'm just going to wipe my brush off. Just doing a bit of blending. And I think for the last colour was another one I had a bit of trouble with, and that one was called Moonstruck, and it was described in the video I was watching as a gold with kind of peach shift. Now I had plenty of gold and I had some kind of peachy colours, but the gold with the peach shift I was having trouble with. That was light enough because the Strawberry Shake had some that were similar but they were too dark, so I ended up using two palettes here. I ended up using the Strawberry Shake and the Opalescent palette and mixing those two together. So I was using Drizzle from the Opalescent palette, which is the kind of peachy part, and then on the top I put Delish, which is this one here, which wasn't quite gold enough, so I ended up with that shade. You can see that, the sun's shining in now. I have to change my white lens. Hang on. I don't know if that will be any better, or if you can see that any better. It's nearly lunchtime here, and it took me all morning to find the colours that I wanted, so therefore I'm filming now that the sun's coming through. So I'm just going to mix those two colours together on my brush, and I'm going to put them in a corner. I don't know whether that is quite as gold as what the one in the palette is, but I could add a little bit more gold if I wanted to. Close enough though. So I'm going to do the rest of my face and then I'll come back. So I have put my foundation on. I used my Lasting Finish from Rimmel and I've powdered my face, and now we have to do all the blush and anything else that I choose to use. I have to make some room because I've got so many palettes in front of me from the actual palette because we're doing everything. So I've got to decide on a blush for a tiny bit of contour. I think I will use what would have been Trove, which I got from the Wednesday palette, which I haven't used yet, and I'm using Crush, so it's that one there, and it's pretty pigmented, so I'm going to wipe most of it off. Oh, it's pretty pigmented. I'm just going to use a clean brush and fluff that out a bit because it was a bit brighter than I was thinking I was going to put on. And I think for blush, I'm going to, whether I can get my blush brush in here, I want to use this one here out of the LA Girl one, which was Soft Core, which was the very first colour that I used. Just to start off with something light, so I can build up on it, but it's quite hard to pick up on in that little tiny pan. Okay, I'm going to go into the next colour, which I can't see the name of, whether it was Goody or Dooley. It could be Dooley actually. And it was from the Wednesday palette. That was Time Out, which was this one here. So I'm going to use that one as my main blush. No, that's going to make the pretty pink blush. If you like lots of blush. If you don't like lots of blush, then it would be too dark. But we're just going to roll with it. And I think I just want to tidy up the bottom edge a little bit with some powder. So I'm just going to use my powder sponge. Wipe that away. That looks good. So, not very blended on that side, but it looks better on that side. Never mind. And for highlighter, I'm going to use the first colour, which was Tickled. Am I? It could be tricky because it's more of a cream what I used. I'm going to use my finger. Oh, that's the wrong colour. So I'm going to mix Opal and Glory. Put it between the two fingers. See. Oops. This is a full disaster. Oh, it's going to need a lot of blending. That's quite glittery. I'm not even. Got more on this side than this side. put a little bit more on my inner corner. I'm just going to go back in with that glory colour. My unicorn headband today. It had pink on it, so I thought it would go with what I was doing. And I think I might work on the cheeks a bit more. So I'm going to go back into Tickled. It's really hard getting a big brush into those little pans. I don't want to look like I'm something. I feel like now I've got too much blush on. And I can't tell if I've got the white balance right or not, so I'm streaming in. I can see myself in the mirror, but I can't see myself on the screen. So I'm just going to wing it and hope that it's right. So I'm going to put my mascara on, and then I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do my lips. So for my lips, I'm going to use what would have been Dolly. I think it's Dolly. Which is the third colour on the palette. Going across. And I've just mixed this with some of my ink lot. Where did I put it here? My ink lot Duraline to make a lipstick. So it'll match my look perfectly. Could you hear that? It'll match my look. It'll match my look perfectly. Because that's the same colour. I think. I'm going to try. Hang on. Where's my notes? I'm going to try putting a little bit of the Rio colour that I used to mix Big Sugar. Just in the Cupid's bow and in the bottom. Just to give it that extra pink oomph. Now I have been doing a few of these collabs with Nona and Angie, so if you've watched any of them before, you will already know that I love both of them so very much. And both of them have been such supportive, kind, wonderful people, and if you want to watch anyone who is positive and who will lift you up, then these are the people to watch, in my opinion. Do I say that a lot, in my opinion? Probably because that's my opinion, and somebody else might disagree with me, but you can't disagree with someone's opinion. Yeah, I'm just babbling on. Yeah. Cat. So Angie is doing some new series, she tells me. So I watched her Zodiac one the other day, and she said she's got 2 more series. I think they may be along the same kind of theme, so I'm looking forward to seeing what she's doing there. And Angie is a teaching channel, and she will tell you the difference between hooded eyes and deep set eyes. And I'm too scared to say what mine are now, because I just refer to them as hooded, but they're not that hooded. They're more saggy now that they're getting old, because I have got lid space. And she does amazing work with colour, lovely bright looks, and I really enjoy watching her. And Nona is such a sweetheart, and she is getting more and more into colour, but she also does beautiful neutral looks as well, and she loves to collab with people. And she's suits the vampire look like no other I've seen, I have to say. So please go and watch both of these lovely ladies, and you won't regret it. They're so wonderful. You know, some people just touch your heart, and these are some of those people that touch my heart. I have actually got a lipstick that would be very close to this colour, but since we're using everything from the palette, I decided I'd do a lipstick as well, because I didn't do like bronzer. I tried to do a little bit of contour, but the colours are just a bit too bright for that for me. So here is my final look, using my dupe of the Ooh Lala Colourpop palette. And thank you again to Angie and Nona for letting me join in with the Colourpop 9 palette, 3 continents, 1 palette collab. I don't know what I'm talking about now. It's after lunch and I probably need to go get something to eat. So if you enjoyed this video, then you might enjoy this other video too that I did on the Colourpop 9 pan palettes that Angie and Nona and I have been playing with. So darn it, Angie and Nona, after playing with my dupe of the Ooh Lala Colourpop palette, I think I would quite like to get the Ooh Lala Colourpop palette at some point, because I really like the colours in there, and it's just too much work to go through every single palette trying to find the right colours. But the other thing I also decided is I want to use my Wednesday palette a bit more. I want to play with it more. So my next Shop My Stash, maybe including this one. Now there was one other thing I was going to do on my look that I've just remembered now that I'm about to turn everything off, and if I can find it, yeah. This is an extra, so this isn't in the palette. I was going to use my e.l.f. Stardust Glitter Eyeliner in Pink Opal, and I wanted to just do a tiny bit just in here. And you probably will be thinking, I can't even see that, Laura. Why are you even bothering? But I can see it. And I think it just finishes it off quite nicely. I told you I was a bit fussy when it came to colours. So that is my final look. Colours. I'm not going to do anything else. So thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time.